What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now with this video, we're jumping into Extreme Carnage Omega issue number 8. This will be the conclusion. This will bring the Extreme Carnage line to a final close. Now, if you haven't been keeping up on this line, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on in this line. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this finale issue, we are picking up exactly where the last one left us, with old man Senator Crane giving his speech. And as this speech starts to begin, we have Flash, we have Toxin, and we have Silence all making their way across town, trying to get there, trying to intervene before it is too late. Now they have an inside man, and that inside man is Hank. But the issue is, Carnage took him the freak out. And Anti-Venom, they lost communication, because right now he is laying on the ground and he is bleeding out. And this is when Riot picks up the phone. He picks up the phone and he taunts them, saying that Carnage has played all of them like chumps, saying that they knew from the very beginning that Hank was working with them, that this was all part of his plan. And as he's sitting here saying all of this, he doesn't realize that Hank, he gets up, and we see in one fell swoop, Riot's head come completely off, because Sleeper just freaking decapitated him. Because this entire time, Sleeper has been laying dormant inside of Hank. This is how Hank is able to walk from his injuries. And this is the backup that Flash sent him with, knowing that this was a possibility, knowing that there could be something bad that happens to Hank. There had to be something, some way of protecting him. And so with Riot currently being down, being out of the fight, they have to hurry and get their butts over to the facility before all of this kicks off. And as the senator continues to give his speech, we see some people slowly locking all of the doors, turning this place into a giant open air prison. And as he sits there and smiles at the cameras, talking about Friends of Humanity and all of the other anti-alien movement he is trying to push, his smile disappears almost instantaneously. And that is because he just got freaking impaled. As he looks down at his hands, as he finds them completely covered in blood, we see Carnage completely burst this guy open, with the senator bursting into tiny little pieces, blood and guts being sprayed in every direction, and this all being caught on national television. And this is where we see the symbiotes attack. Lasher, Riot, Phage, Agony all start creating chaos, start dicing people up, murdering people left and freaking right. Because at the end of the day, the team did not make it in time. Carnage was able to do exactly what he wanted to do, and that was to cause panic. And as people are getting sliced up, doing everything they can to try to flee, this is when they finally show up. We see Anti-Venom, Toxin, and Silence. They all come descending down and taking on all the other symbiotes. And of course, Anti-Venom, he goes directly for Carnage. And he has to ask the question, why didn't you take over the senator? Why the senator's son? Now Carnage, he had every intention of taking the old man over, that the son was simply a stepping stone to getting to the father. But when he got inside of Arthur Crane's head, he found something that he absolutely freaking loved, because he's been playing everybody his entire life. Starting in his adolescence, he started with animals, and then he tried it on the homeless, even a few classmates and girlfriends over the years. And we're talking about murdering people, because this guy is a certified psychopath. And so once he got a hold of Arthur, he realized that he absolutely loved it, reminding him of Cletus. He absolutely could not help himself. And seeing Arthur Crane's real prospects for taking over his father, for killing his father and taking his place, He figured he might as well stay with the sun and continue on doing that, letting Anti-Venom know that they have failed. Everything that he wanted to do today, he has made come to fruition. The dominoes have been set. He has knocked them over and they are falling over one by one. And in the midst of their fighting, this is where we see Iron Man. And he comes in with his symbiote armor. And with Iron Man making his entrance, he blasts the crap out of Carnage, hitting him so hard the symbiote comes off of Arthur. And with Carnage detaching from Arthur Crane, Iron Man thinks he's gotten the upper hand. But this is when his suit starts to go haywire. And Carnage lets him know that really he's a complete idiot, thinking that you can wear symbiote as armor, that you can merge it with your technology, and then you can just control it. And that's simply not the case. And as Carnage wraps him up, he slowly starts to take the suit off of Iron Man. We see Anti-Venom blast Carnage in the back. But at this point, it is already too late. The suit, its extremis, has already been taken off of his body. And we are seeing Carnage start to merge with it. And with Carnage and the suit now combined, we see him grow freaking wings, he grabs Agony, and they fly out of there, saying that it does not matter what they do. It does not matter if he is even defeated this day. The whole world has seen what has happened here, and that they are going to simply eat themselves out of fear, saying that the next time they see them, it is going to be a completely different world. And as they make their escape, we have the rest of the symbiotes that were in his hive. They are getting captured by Alchemist guardmen, with dozens and dozens of them coming flying out of the sky. We see them start taking down symbiotes. And of course, Arthur Crane, he's sitting there saying that he didn't do any of those things, that it was simply the alien lying about everything. And so with this fight being done, we pick up later on that evening. And as they recap on everything that has transpired, they're really concerned that this is just too much for Bryn. Him being a teenager, they don't think this is the best course of action to be exposing him to this kind of danger. Because at the end of the day, they could have lost everything. Bryn could have been dead. Anti-Venom could have been dead. Every one of them could have been taken out. And Bryn, he kind of sees this as a win, but at the end of the day, that's not the case. Because they just lost severely. Tons and tons of people were just massacred. And while Dr. Steven, he currently has Lasher, Riot, and Phage all contained, they all know that that is only going to be temporary. That symbiotes always find a way to escape. And when they do escape, they are going to have one hell of a time on their hands. But they also realize that Bryn is already into the mix. They've already brought him into this, and it's already too late for him. And so while he is going to be joining along with them, they let him know that this isn't a game. This is real freaking life right now. People are sleeping with guns under their pillows. People are absolutely terrified right now of anything that looks like an alien, anything that looks like a symbiote. They see that as the enemy. And to go even further, Carnage has now bonded himself to Iron Man's freaking suit. The symbiote suit that he created during the King in Black event. And so as it stands, we have no idea what he's going to be capable of, what he's going to be able to do. The ramifications of this are going to be huge. But this is when we pick up with now Senator Arthur Crane. With the death of his father, he has taken up his spot. He started running and he was elected. And it doesn't take long for Agony to come and make sure that their little lapdog is going to follow some orders. And the only thing that Arthur cares about is trying to get Carnage back. Trying to be connected to that symbiote just one more time. And so for this to be possible, he will do anything that Carnage wants. He is now at their beck and freaking call. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, obviously, this is not the end of Extreme Carnage. It may be the end of this limited series arc, but this is definitely not the last of him. Now, this is going to be picking up in Venom issue number 1, where Eddie Brock's son is now Venom, is now one with Venom. With Eddie Brock too busy keeping track of his entire hive, Venom thought it was best, not only Venom, but also Eddie, that he has a protector. And who better than the one individual that has kept Eddie Brock alive for all of these years. Now at this ending, I am not completely surprised. Of course, Carnage is going to be able to get away. The fact that he merged with Iron Man, with his suit that he created, with that Extremis, we can only imagine the ramifications that are going to be transpiring from that. They're going to come trickling out. Who knows how much more powerful that's going to make Carnage. Now we see the small connection, the bonding that happened to Scream in creating Silence, making her apparently a more powerful symbiote. And so this merger with Carnage, we can only assume, is going to be absolute devastation. But all in all, I think it's a great way to just bring back some symbiotes, introduce some new ones, and set up a whole new era of symbiote comics. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.